I was just wondering if you were wearing black as a consequence of, like, the death of the political left in the debate last night. It was quite something to observe. Maybe Whoopi's bell could wake up the Biden campaign.
Well, let's talk about your boss for a second, because yesterday...
Well, my boss are the people of Northwest Florida.
Yeah, okay. So,
don't dismiss them. It's the highest concentration of active duty military in the country.
True. He stands between us and the next ISIS attack.
The View's fiery panel was no match for Congressman Matt Gaetz, who unleashed a masterclass in debate, leaving Whoopi Goldberg and her co-hosts speechless. What exactly did Gaetz say that turned the conversation into a one-sided showdown? Let's dive into the explosive exchange that had everyone talking. Ladies and gentlemen, you won't believe what just went down on The View. Congressman Matt Gaetz turned the tables on Whoopi Goldberg and her co-hosts, shredding their arguments and leaving them scrambling for answers. This isn't just a debate, it's a takedown. And trust me, you'll want to see every second of this. It all started when Matt Gaetz, a vocal supporter of Donald Trump, joined The View for what was supposed to be a lively debate. But little did the hosts know, Gaetz came prepared, armed with facts, wit, and a relentless determination to defend his positions. From the moment the conversation began, Matt Gaetz wasted no time. He pointed out the hypocrisy of the left, questioning their support for billionaire Michael Bloomberg while criticizing Trump's wealth. Gaetz fired off. It's fascinating that the Democratic Party, which claims to fight for the working class, is now debating between a socialist and a former Republican billionaire. What happened to representing the people? The panel was stunned. Joy Behar tried to jump in with a quip about Republicans loving billionaires, but Gaetz countered with ease, leaving her visibly flustered.
Just wondering if you were wearing black as a consequence of, like, the death of the political left in the debate last night. It was quite something to observe.
You know, don't count the dead yet, the bodies. Let's give it a little time before we count.
Well, Joe Biden, at least. I mean, I was hoping that maybe Whoopi's bell could wake up the Biden campaign if you hit it.
I thought he was actually, he didn't do any harm to himself last night.
What state's he going to win? I mean, this is a man who's, the fundamental premise of the Biden campaign is that he's electable and he can't seem to win elections. So now you have socialist Bernie Sanders against billionaire Michael Bloomberg.
Yeah. Well, the Republicans love a billionaire. They love money. So what are you talking about?
Well, Michael Bloomberg used to be a Republican. It's fascinating that right now the Democratic Party is likely not going to nominate a Democrat. They're either going to nominate a socialist or someone who some time ago was a Republican.
When the topic shifted to Trump's economic policies, Gaetz took center stage. Let's talk facts, he said. We're experiencing record low unemployment, wage growth, and historic investment in American businesses. The average American family is thriving under Trump's leadership. Sonny Hostin attempted to dismiss his claims, but Gaetz wasn't having it. He cited detailed statistics and reports, silencing the panel with undeniable data. Talk all you want about rhetoric, but actions speak louder than words. And right now, the economy is speaking volumes.
Let's talk about...
None of them. I don't think any of them are going to beat the president. I think we have a raging economy right now. The American family is seeing revenue pour in as a consequence of higher wages, more productivity, more business investment, more capital coming from overseas into our nation.
Donald Trump was a Democrat first.
He was. We've all sort of been politically square dancing for a while, and I think that we're in a time of real political realignment.
The discussion took a sharp turn when the panel criticized Trump's appointment of Rick Grinnell as acting director of national intelligence. Whoopi Goldberg argued that Grinnell lacked experience, suggesting he was merely a yes man for Trump. But Gaetz didn't back down. Let's not forget, he said, Grinnell has years of experience working in intelligence hotbeds like Germany and the UN. Meanwhile, we've had past administrations appoint individuals with far less experience. Where was the outrage then? He didn't stop there. Gaetz highlighted the progress America has made in ensuring inclusivity, pointing out that Grinnell is the first openly gay man to hold such a position. This is a milestone we should celebrate, not undermine, he added, drawing applause from even skeptical audience members.
Yesterday, Trump announced he's appointing another loyalist of his, Rick Grinnell, as his acting director of national intelligence. But Grinnell, as you know, has absolutely no intelligence experience. And he's overseeing all 17 of our intel agencies. He stands between us and the next ISIS attack. And you know, I don't know that it's a smart idea to put somebody who's inexperienced like that, and who's also a yes man, in that position. He's going to have to tell Trump things that he's not going to want to hear. You know how he doesn't like that. Trump doesn't like that.
Well, actually, if you look at the team he's assembled with people like John Bolton, the president regularly surrounds himself with people who disagree with him. I think some of the most spirited discussions I've had have been with Lindsey Graham, Rand Paul, myself, and the president discussing foreign policy. But on Rick Grenell, 50 years ago, a gay man or a woman would not be able to serve in our intelligence community. There were teams of people that went to find out if people were gay.
Wait a second.
And they would, we'll get into Grenell's qualifications, but just for a moment, I would like to take a second to reflect on the fact that it is a good thing in this country that we do not ban gay people from being able to patriotically serve in the intelligence community.
Just transgendered people.
Well, we shouldn't be banning anybody based on who they are and who they love.
Well,
that's not the kind of Republican I am, and it's not the kind of Republican the president is. So on Rick's qualifications, 8 years at the UN, 2 years in Germany.
Yeah.
He advised the Security Council. And Berlin, where he was active, is one of the hotbeds of intelligence activity. Nothing happens there without the chief of station and the ambassador working together. So Rick Grenell is very qualified.
So
I
you're
think it is
saying
a
he's
breakthrough.
Next up was the hot-button issue of Trump's use of pardon power. Joy Behar accused Trump of abusing his authority, particularly in the case of Roger Stone. Gaetz' response? Pure fire. Let's not forget, he said, Obama pardoned over 1,800 individuals, including terrorists. Clinton pardoned members of groups responsible for violent attacks on U.S. soil. Trump's pardons pale in comparison. Joy tried to interject, but Gaetz wasn't done. The pardon power exists for a reason: to correct injustices and exercise grace. Every president uses it, and Trump is no different. The conversation ended with Gaetz delivering a final blow that left the panel speechless. You claim to stand for democracy, yet you undermine the will of the people at every turn. Trump was elected by Americans who wanted change, and he's delivering. Instead of tearing him down, maybe it's time to listen to what the people want. The room fell silent. Even Whoopi Goldberg, known for her sharp comebacks, had no words.
Actually, you know what?
And I think
yeah, it is just.
I think we agree on this. About pardon power. Now, the president has been on a pardon spree, and many think he's about to pardon Roger Stone, his longtime friend and one-time campaign advisor, who's being sentenced, I think, any minute now. They're in a break. For crimes of obstructing justice, witness tampering, lying to Congress. Do you think Trump should pardon Roger Stone?
I do, and I think that it requires a review of the pardon power.
Come on.
Barack
He's
Obama pardoned over
swamp
1,700
creature.
people. Bill Clinton pardoned 459
Those were people he
Bill
didn't
Clinton pardoned 16 people who were a member of a Puerto Rican terrorist organization that planned murders at the Franz Tavern here in the United States of America.
Perhaps that wasn't the right thing to do.
When we designed our Constitution, there were vestiges of the British monarchy that Americans still had some reverence for, and one was the notion that the executive, that the sovereign, could extend unlimited grace for any reason or no reason at all. That was an element of the British.
And just like that, Matt Gaetz walked away victorious, leaving The View's hosts scrambling to recover. Love him or hate him, one thing's for sure: Gaetz knows how to hold his ground. What do you think about his epic takedown? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.